Yamaha last week re-released the SR400 into the Australian marketplace. 400cc thumper and kickstart only, so specially designed for the hipsters, but geez, there's plenty of embarrassment there to be had if you're outside the coffee shop and you actually can't kick it over. Okay, brief bit of history. It all started out with the XT500 in 1976, and then which graduated into the SR500 road bike in 1978. It's been a huge retro classic in recent years in Japan and various places of various parts of Europe and also Southeast Asia. Yamaha's pitching the bike as the ultimate blank canvas and have teamed up with various bike modifying companies across Australia to offer various kits for the SR400 to turn it in from cafe racer to stripped down roadster or to whatever takes your fancy, really. The engine looks very much the same, but it does have a 34mm Mikuni throttle body and 12-hole injector. That helps, of course, with emission regulations, makes for easier starting, better running in all conditions, and also better economy, of course. The dash is very retro with analogue gauges, engine and fuel warning lights. It has a modest fuel tank, and the fuel warning light flashes when there's 2.2 litres remaining in the tank. Has a low 8.5 to 1 compression ratio. The motor's in a very low state of tune, but it actually pulls surprisingly well off the bottom, as you'd expect a 400cc single to do. And of course, with fuel injection, it's smooth right throughout the rev range, really, so you can't really be in the wrong gear as much. It's constant mesh 5-speed with chain drive. By the way, the forks have a huge 150mm of travel, so you can actually do a bit of curb hopping in the city if you feel like it. Dual shock rear end. It's preload adjustable. Front brake is a 300mm item, single, one of, and the rear brake is a drum. And funnily enough, the drum brake actually works really, really well. I was having lots of fun backing the SR400 into the tight turns when we were turning around for photo shoots, etc. It runs on 18-inch rims on skinny tyres, a 100 up front and 110 at the rear. All up, including 12 litres of fuel, weighs in at 174 kilograms. Yamaha's introduced the bike at $8,999. Some people were saying that's perhaps a little bit expensive, but Yamaha were actually looking at what they were going across the various classifieds magazines, and companies were actually bringing them in themselves from Japan and selling them for between $10,000 and $14,000. So Yamaha thought, well, let's bring it in ourselves, a slightly more modern up-spec version, and undercut what people were parallel importing them for. If you want to choose your colour, you've got one option, matte grey.